How you doing, folks? I'm Gary and this is the Kilter Drummer. How you doing, guys? Welcome along to the dining room for another wee episode of Dining Room Drums. Tonight I have gone for something that pretty much I would think a lot of people out there have had before, and that is a Glenmorangie. This is Glenmorangie 10. Give me a second, get this in the glass and we'll have a quick chat. It's not often you find the miniatures that actually have a plastic seal in them. Now this wee bottle in itself was quite funnily, myself and Amy were heading north in February, actually it was. It was my 50th birthday. We were heading up north to spend the weekend away for a wee bit of a celebration, and somebody we were chatting to I mentioned it was my birthday, we were heading up, so they threw this little dram at me, have a dram on me sort of thing. So that's why I've got a little bottle of Glenmorangie there. Glenmorangie Distillery, Highland Distillery. It's on the northern edge of a place called Tame, which is about half hour's drive north of Inverness, depending on traffic. They are very popular. You will find Glenmorangie in pretty much any whisky sort of selling country around the world. Number of drams on their books. You know, there's 10-year-olds. There's being honest, there's probably too much to sit and rattle on about here, because there is such a wide variety even within their core range of whiskies. It's safe to say they're popular, and for the majority of people they are quite enjoyable. Now, you notice what several times I've said the name of it, Glenmorangie. Easiest way to remember that, it's orangey, like the fruit orangey. Some people will say Glenmorangie, but the local sort of people up around there, they'll try to relate. The correct way to say it is Glenmorangie, not Glenmorangie. Useless information, but it'll make you sound good. Okay, we've got it in the glass. It's a 40% dram. So again, it's at that minimum, and it's got a 10-year age statement on it. Let's give it a wee sniff. Straight off for me, there's a freshness, quite clean, citrusy, lemony, quite refreshing on the nose. With it being a Highland dram as well, you'll quite often get a sort of honey influence. People talk about honey heather and things like that. And there's that almost slight wet heather, kind of the flowery side of the heather, and there's a bit of an aroma. Floral. It's nice. My friend Mark, who we were round at theirs last weekend, or maybe the weekend before, Mark is a fan of Glenmorangie. When I go around, he quite often pours Glenmorangie. I was looking there, I think last time around he got out the Glenmorangie 18-year-old, I think what they've got 18-year-old extremely rare, or that is the sort of strap line they have on that one. Lovely. But yeah, he's a bit of a fan. I think for his 50th birthday it was I think it was Glenmorangie we got him for his birthday as well. So yeah, on the nose, lovely. Mark, if you're watching this, get Glenmorangie ready for more roundouts. I think we had, it was Glenfiddich we had when we were in last time, and I brought some old Pulteney. Nice. I actually forgot to take my old Pulteney home with me. I left it there with Mark and his wife Lisa, and then a couple of days later they were posting pictures of them having old Pulteney, old fashions. Is that old fashions? But yeah, so they've enjoyed it. I'm nosing this too much, I'm enjoying the nose. Let's give it a sip. There's a creamy mouthfeel. Honey influence. It's kind of almost like having some, sounds bad, but it's not watered down honey. But it's, you know, it's got that thing there. It's not got the consistency of honey, but it has. It's, for me, it's got a taste there of honey. It's actually coating my mouth, so maybe it has got a little bit of a consistency. I'm getting a slight aniseed sort of taste to it as well, which is, it's not bad. Perhaps a sort of edge of licorice. Yeah, honey influence, citrusy, kind of maybe like almost like a bit of brown sugar, but not overly sweet on that edge. Sort of dark demerara. I can't say that. Dark brown sugar. Wee breath in there kind of enhances that almost aniseed taste to it. Yeah, I could quite happily sit and sip that. The Glenmorangie, see, I'm saying it myself now, Glenmorangie. I'm starting to actually say, not Glenmorangie, Glenmorangie. So yeah, the Glenmorangie, gonna be in the region of sort of £30 for that. You know, it might push up to £35. I was looking at one of the shops today, and I think it was down to £27. It's not an expensive dram, so if you really want to start looking into Glenmorangie, 10-year-olds are sort of baseline, bottom rim of the ladder, and there are a fantastic range of drams you can work through there. To give you an idea of the size of the company, they are also where you will find are big. So they have, there's more than one distillery in there. Their sort of organisational side of things is pretty decent. They do a little bit of experimenting. They've got what do they call it now? Is it the tower? It's where it's almost like a separate still area or experimenting area at the distillery site. If I've got a picture, when I'm doing the editing of this, I might try and add a wee picture of this sort of separate tower that they've got to the distillery, just so you get an idea of it. And they do a little bit of experimenting up there and try some different avenues for their spirit. If you ever get a chance to pop up, it's right at the side of the road, just north of town. Fantastic staff, very welcoming. It's a very nice distillery to visit. So guys, it's lunch.